afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Stock Market Today on this Monday. You have Alyssa Corum here, and I am joined by Ken Shreve. We are going to break down the action for the major indexes. And Ken, how's it going? Give us a preview of the stocks we're going to be taking a look at today. Oh, we have you on mute. You're just speechless at the NASDAQ's close today.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at a bullish mid-quarter update for Toll Brothers. That fueled a big gain for the stock, and two tech stocks holding their own in this market, Qualcomm and Alibaba.
Perfect. We begin with a look at the major indexes, though. As you can see, the NASDAQ coming well off of its morning lows, closing the day down just fractionally, 0.1%. The S&P 500 and Dow did suffer worse losses, though well off of their intraday lows as well. The S&P finishing down 1.2% for the day, and the Dow down 1.8%. But a very impressive move off of those intraday lows here, especially for the NASDAQ, and almost breaking even by the end of the day.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, NASDAQ Composite was down 2.5% intraday, so to see it pretty much recoup that entire loss, very impressive. We've been scrolling through the NASDAQ 100 and seeing which stocks fought a good fight today. Apple, a big gain for Apple, big gains for eBay, Advanced Micro Devices, PayPal, Netflix. So there was a lot of strength beneath the surface that helped lift the NASDAQ off lows. I will say that breadth was still pretty weak on both exchanges. Decliners beat advancers on the NASDAQ by better than 4-1, and it was even worse on the NYSE, about 6-1, declining stocks over advancers. But you know, we'll take a pretty good showing for the NASDAQ today.
All right, but just to put it in perspective here, you know, this doesn't mean that now the uptrend will resume just because of what happened today. Our guard is still up, and we're still in defense mode here.
Yeah, exactly, and we'll see what tomorrow brings. But even if we end up having some good follow through and maybe some buying on the Nasdaq again tomorrow, you know, I was talking with Ed Carson and the guys here. We still want to see that that recent high get taken out for the Nasdaq. I think it was September. Yeah, the September, yeah, that high, or even the high just a little bit before that. So the NASDAQ still has a ways to go to get up there. Still needs to get back above its 50-day moving average. So the index certainly isn't out of the woods yet, and it's going to take NASDAQ's going to have to prove itself more for this uptrend to really resume with conviction.
That's right. Well, let's take a look under the surface, starting off with Qualcomm, an upside reversal after coming down to its 50-day line, finishing the day up over 1% here. So an impressive move for this name that had a really big move not all too long ago on its earnings report.
Yes, and you can see where the stock gapped up several weeks ago. That was a result of a settlement with China-based tech giant Huawei. Qualcomm settled a patent dispute with them that should help earnings and sales going forward. So the stock has done very well since that gap up. You can see it came down close to its 50-day moving average today. If we were in a normal, a nice confirmed uptrend in the early stages of a new confirmed uptrend, I would say that this would be totally actionable here on a good first test of the 50-day line. But market is still trying to sort itself out. There's still risk out there, so we're being very cautious with new buys, but definitely good action for Qualcomm today.
Yeah, it is. And let's check on over on a home builder. We've been looking at home builder stocks lately, and Toll Brothers having a nice move today, up over 5% here. And it itself came down near that 50-day line a couple of weeks ago and has continued to rebound higher. And in the face of all the volatility broadly, you really can't tell that there was much of an issue in the market at all if you look at Toll Brothers' chart.
Yeah, this is a company. The news today was that they gave a mid-quarter update for their fiscal fourth quarter, and they basically said that net signed contracts were up 110% year over year, and that was certainly, I think, better than what the market was expecting. So all of a sudden, it brings a breakout for Toll Brothers into play over its recent high of 47.40 right there. You can see it closed just below it. Pretty impressive performance for Toll Brothers, considering the home building group today was down more than 2% and struggled with the Dow and the S&P 500 today. So home builders generally weak, but very strong showing for Toll Brothers today.
Yeah, and I would also add that this could have potentially even been a swing trade play here, but we did have this overhang of the overall market conditions. And We don't want to be aggressively buying when the market is acting how it's been acting. But last but not least, let's check in on Alibaba with an upside reversal near its 50-day line today, Ken, closing up about 0.5%. And Alibaba, even though we've seen a couple of volatile weeks here now, Alibaba's been able to hold right around this buy point, not really giving up too much ground from that perspective.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to like about this stock technically. In fact, when you look at, when the stock hit a high of 299 thereabouts, and you look at its downdraft, it fell pretty sharply. But look at the volume behind the selling. It was generally pretty light. There wasn't a whole lot of volume when the stock was coming down. It basically came down close to its 50-day moving average, which corresponds to the stock's last buy area, right around 268. So this is another stock that even though the Nasdaq is under a little bit of pressure here, a lot of growth stocks still fighting a good fight, and Alibaba, put that one at the front of the line. Still back in buy range from the 268.10 entry, holding support at the 50-day moving average, and a nice upside reversal today.
That's right. Well, what would you say is the main takeaway for investors today as we digest today's trading session and prepare for battle tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, we still think the market outlook is uncertain here. I think the Nasdaq is about 11% off its high. S&P 500 maybe about 9% off its high. So we're not really, telling people that this is the time to be, moving back into stocks. We still want to see the Nasdaq prove itself, and so just kind of, caution for now. And what they talked about on IBD Live this morning, you really want to, keep track of stocks whose, relative strength lines are at or near new high ground, which stocks are holding up the best and showing strength in a kind of a weak tape here. So Nasdaq still has more work to do to prove itself, but we'll stay optimistic and see if we can continue to see positive price action this week.
That's right. Today's session turned out better than it could have. So
Yeah.
we have that going for us, but we'll keep tabs on the details of the market action on this show over at investors.com. All of our articles throughout the day, updating investors on the market climate, as well as in detail when we share our screens every morning during our daily morning live stream, IBD Live, as Ken mentioned. So we hope you join us. If you haven't already, you can tune in by going to investors.com/IBD Live. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow.